Welcome to Sip with Summers, the podcast where we talk about sex, intimacy, and pleasure. Because someone has to, and let's be honest, it may as well be me. I'm your host, Jennifer Marie Summers, board certified sexologist, certified sex coach, menopause coach, and your favorite inappropriate friend with a microphone. Around here, we cover everything from why is my libido ghosting me to is it normal to fantasize about pizza during sex? Spoiler alert, yes. So grab a drink and let's get into the good stuff because pleasure is your birthright and awkward is my love language. Let's spill, sip, and say the things most people whisper. Welcome back to the show, beautiful humans. Today, we're diving into pleasure at every size because pleasure is your birthright, no matter what your body looks like or weighs or even feels like today. This episode is all about giving you permission to feel sexy, powerful, and deeply desirable exactly as you are. We're going to dismantle shame, laugh, learn, and celebrate the diversity of everybody. We'll explore how pleasure isn't reserved for one size or one type of body. It's accessible, adaptable, and this is absolutely meant for you. By the end of this episode, you'll have at least 3 things you can do tonight to feel more pleasure in your body. And if you want to go deeper in this work with me, I'll share how you can do that at the end. Let's create a space of safety, curiosity, and honest conversation. We are here to celebrate that pleasure is not a one size fits all. It is an every size fits right now. The goal today is to create a welcoming, shame free environment where every single body feels included, valued, and empowered. We'll be exploring mindset, anatomy, and techniques. 3 pillars that help us understand size inclusivity and reclaim pleasure as a universal right. I'm going to teach you tools, toys, and mindset shifts that support your body exactly as it is today. Let's dive into some of the most common myths and limiting beliefs that hold so many of us back. These myths were never ours, they were handed to us. And today we're going to hand them right back. So, as I share these with you, just notice, does this show up in your life, in your self talk, in your intimacy? Awareness is always step one. Now, here's some of the big ones. I need to lose weight first. My belly or thighs get in the way. Plus size bodies aren't sexy. Sex isn't as good in a bigger body. I can't be on top. My partner won't find me desirable if I gain weight. I should hide my body during sex and keep the lights off. Bigger bodies don't orgasm as easily. Now let's take a breath because none of these are true. You are not hard to love. You are not hard to desire. And you are not too much. Yet we grow up absorbing messages that pleasure is earned when we become better, smaller, tighter, more disciplined. But none of that is real. Pleasure is not a reward, it's a right. And your body, exactly as it is right now, is capable of deep, delicious, toe curling pleasure. Many of us were taught that our bodies have to look a certain way in order to deserve intimacy or experience good sex. These beliefs, they limit us, they shame us, and they cut us off from pleasure that is already available. It's important to remember that pleasure is not conditional on appearance. It is a natural, accessible experience for every body, plus size, mid size, small size, disabled, aging, soft, squishy, curvy, or anything in between. Consider for a moment how these myths have shaped your own perceptions. Where have they held you back? Where have they convinced you to dim your pleasure, hide your body, or silence your desires? Let's keep an open mind about redefining what pleasure means for each of us and reclaiming it fully in the bodies we have right now. Your desire pathways don't care about your gene size. They do care about safety, relaxation, and feeling seen. When we create secure, judgment free environments, whether with a trusted partner, a friend, or by working with a coach like me, the body finally exhales. And when the body feels safe, authentic expression and exploration can begin. Let's talk a moment about shame. Shame, it's like pouring cold water on arousal. It disconnects you from your body and your desires. This is where body neutrality becomes powerful. So you don't have to love every inch of your body. You also don't have to hate it. You simply get to appreciate it for what it can do and shift your focus to sensation, connection, and pleasure. When we release shame, even a tiny bit, the body wakes back up. And a big truth is that confidence is practiced. Listen, nobody is born confident in the bedroom. Confidence grows from self compassion, curiosity, and giving yourself permission to explore what feels good. Every small act of acceptance is a rep toward confidence. Now, how do we apply these insights in real life? First of all, create a safe space where judgment is absent. This might be your bedroom, your rituals, or supportive guidance from a coach like me. Next, embrace body neutrality. Your body is a partner, not a problem. Also, practice self compassion by being kind to yourself as you explore pleasure instead of critiquing yourself through somebody else's lens. Understand that your desire and arousal pathways are unique, they're foundational. Learning what works for your body without comparison or preconceived rules is where your power begins. Now, the real tea, desire begins with safety, comfort, and not judging yourself. And pleasure doesn't require perfection, it requires presence. Bottom line, your body is not a project, it's a playground. I invite you to take a breath with me, inhale and exhale, and let your body know it's safe to feel again. If anything is resonating so far, jot it down in your notes section or in your journal. And this can become your pleasure homework. It's an invitation to deeper embodiment and more yes in your body. Let's explore some simple yet powerful practices for enhancing sensual confidence. So, first, we start with breath work. Deep inhalation is one of the fastest ways to cultivate calm and presence. When you focus on your breath, you give your nervous system a chance to soften and open. Let's do a quick grounding exercise together right now. I invite you to take a deep breath in, let your chest open, let your belly soften, and then exhale. Now, gently touch your arm, slowly. Notice the sensation. This is embodiment, and this is where pleasure begins. Next, let's talk about mirror neutrality. This isn't about loving every inch of your reflection. It's about seeing yourself without judgment. So I invite you next time you're in front of a mirror, look into it and acknowledge yourself with kindness. This practice nurtures self-acceptance and quiet confidence. Take a moment to consider all the ways your body supports you every single day. Your body is your home, your history, and your vessel. And then we have slow touch. By slowing down movements and paying attention to sensation, you allow yourself to savor pleasure instead of rushing past it. Slow equals more. And finally, micro practices. Tiny steps, repeated consistently, create massive shifts over time. Sensual confidence isn't built in one night. It grows through gentle, repeated invitations back into your body. Here's the truth, y'all. Confidence is not a personality trait. It's a practice. So let's do a 10-second embodiment reset. I'd like to invite you to place a hand on your thigh or on your chest, wherever feels grounding. And close your eyes, unless you're driving. Take a deep breath and say silently, "My body deserves pleasure." How did that feel? Was it a little weird? Was it a little powerful? Both? That mix is the energy that transforms your sensual life. And each of these tools is a gentle reminder of your innate capacity for pleasure, confidence, and connection. Next, let's talk about sensation awareness and how it helps you reconnect with your body. Mindful touch is a gateway. When you focus on your body's responses, you're not just touching, you're communicating with your body. This dialogue tells you what you crave, what you enjoy, and what you need more of. Tuning into your sensations helps you understand yourself on a deeper level. This practice is about staying present, noticing what you feel without judgment or expectation. Sensation awareness isn't about getting it right, it's about getting curious. And please remember, this work isn't about perfection. It's about exploration, acceptance, and inviting your body back into the conversation. Now, let's build sensation without touching anything sexual. I'd like to invite you to gently stroke your forearm for 5 seconds. Slowly, intentionally. Focus on the temperature, texture, pressure. This is how we wake the body back up. This is also one of the very first exercises I use in coaching, because when you learn how to feel more in neutral moments, you naturally feel more in erotic ones. If practices like these resonate with you and you want guided support, my coaching is really where the magic happens. Next up, let's talk about pleasure anatomy, especially for plus-size individuals. Now, the star of the show, the clitoris, which is way bigger than most people were ever taught. Did you grow up thinking the clitoris was a tiny button? Yeah, most of us did. The reality, though, is the clitoris is a complex internal network with legs, bulbs, and branches that wrap around the vulva. Understanding that structure is incredibly empowering because it shows you that your body was designed for pleasure. And also, let's appreciate the diversity of vulvas and labias. Every vulva is unique. Every labia is different. And all of them are normal and beautiful. There is no one correct look. Diversity is the rule, it's not the exception. Now, what about pelvic floor muscles? So, those muscles support arousal, orgasm, and overall sensation. They're central to pleasure. And here's an important truth. The way fat is distributed on your body might influence angles, access, or positioning, but it never, ever diminishes your capacity for pleasure. Nothing about your size decreases your ability to feel incredible, toe-curling pleasure. So understanding your anatomy enhances confidence, self-trust, and pleasure literacy. I invite you to give yourself permission to explore, understand, and celebrate the beautiful uniqueness of your body. Because your body isn't a barrier to pleasure. Y'all, it's the pathway. So now I want to dive into some fun, powerful ways to enhance your pleasure experiences. First up is lube. And let's be clear, lube is not just for when something's not working. Lube, it's an upgrade. Lubricant increases sensation, it reduces friction, it makes everything smoother, and it helps your body relax into more pleasure. Whether you're trying something new or leveling up your usual routine, lube is a game changer. Next, let's play with temperature. That could be warm cloths, cool toys, even body safe oils. Changing temperature introduces totally new layers of sensation and can create a delicious sensory adventure. And then pressure variety. That could be light, firm, pulsing, or still, but pressure changes everything. It's about discovering what makes your body light up. No two people respond the same way, so this is your permission to experiment. And then we have edging. This technique is all about riding the waves of pleasure by building up to climax, backing off, and building again. It often leads to more intense, full body orgasms. And lastly, props like pillows and wedges. These are miracle workers for comfort, access, and pleasure, especially for plus size bodies. Proper support lets your muscles relax, your hips open, and your arousal increase. Sometimes a simple shift in angle makes all the difference. And I have all of these tools to help you turn up the volume on your pleasure, to help you explore and play more, and discover what feels good for your body. If you want guidance in choosing the right lube, toys, or props, come talk to me. I got y'all. Check out the show notes. All the links are there. Now, speaking of options, let's talk about some fantastic toy options that can enhance your pleasure while fully embracing your beautiful curves. The truth is that plus size bodies have superpowers. They have more surface area, more access points, and more opportunities for support. When you choose the right toys, your body becomes an absolute playground. We're going to start with wand vibrators. They're broad, powerful, and easy to reach. Wand vibrators are perfect if you want intense sensations without needing a lot of movement or precision. And next, my client absolute favorite are the suction toys. They deliver focused, hands-free pleasure with minimal effort. If you want to zero in on a specific area and let the toy do the work, suction toys are your go-to. Now, if reach is sometimes a challenge, lawn handle vibes are your best friends. They're designed for accessibility, especially if your belly or thighs make certain angles trickier. These toys help you get exactly where you want to go, comfortably and confidently. Now, adding in a little playfulness with remote toys, whether you're exploring solo or inviting your partner to take control, remote toys let you relax, receive, and enjoy the ride. They're also fantastic if mobility or stamina vary. And finally, position straps. These help keep your legs open, reduce back strain, and provide fantastic support. And yeah, they can double as wrist cuffs if you're feeling creative. Just remember that toys are not about working against your body. They're here to work with your curves, your comfort, your pleasure, and your desires. When choosing your toy, your comfort matters just as much as the sensation. So when you're trying to figure out what the perfect fit for your unique body is, first ask yourself, can I comfortably reach the spot I want to stimulate? Reach is everything. The right fit can dramatically enhance your pleasure experience. And then next, consider how the toy will angle around your belly, thighs, or hips. Our bodies are wonderfully diverse, and the right toy should adapt to your curves, not the other way around. Now, think about flexibility. Do you want something that bends with you, or do you prefer a firmer shape for steady pressure? Both offer different sensations, and there's no wrong answer, only what works for your body. Now, vibration strength. Do you like whisper soft, fluttery vibes, deep, rumbly power, or power tool intensity? Match the toy to your preference so your pleasure isn't limited by underpowered settings. Also, consider ease of use with your wrist, shoulders, and joints. You deserve pleasure without strain or discomfort. Choose toys that support the way your body moves. And remember, there is no one size fits all toy, only the ones that fit you. If you want personalized recommendations, send me an email. I love matching people to their perfect toy. Now, let's explore some positions that truly embrace and celebrate your curves. And remember that positions are not about flexibility, they're about leverage, support, and comfort. Plus size pleasure is about angles that work with your body, not against it. Top one, side lay-in. Lovingly call this one the lazy lovers. That's where one partner is going to lay on their side, and then the other partner lays on their side behind the partner. This position reduces strain, increases intimacy, and gives both partners delicious access. Next, edge of the bed. You lie on the edge and your partner stands or kneels. This creates unique angles, reduces effort, and offers incredible freedom of movement. If you're looking for extra support and closeness, the seated position is a total game changer. So your partner sits down, you sit on their lap. That could be in a chair, on the couch, wherever. This gives your body stability and keeps the moment deeply connected. We also have the modified cowgirl. This one is life-changing for plus-size bodies. Try keeping one knee down, leaning forward, or using a pillow behind you. Small adjustments can completely shift the sensation. And finally, supported doggy. That's a crowd favorite. Use pillows or a wedge under your chest and belly to protect your knees and reduce pressure. This support helps your hips open and your back relax, which means more pleasure and less strain. All of these positions are about creating comfort, confidence, and maximum pleasure, allowing you to focus on enjoying the experience instead of worrying about your body. Next up, let's talk about some creative, delicious ways to make your intimate experiences more comfortable and more pleasurable. And remember that props are allies, not shortcuts. They're sexy tools of liberation. Consider placing pillows under your hips, knees, or chest. This helps to protect your joints and makes it so much easier to find a position that's comfortable and pleasurable. When your body feels supported, arousal skyrockets. Next up, wedges. Y'all, these are absolute game changers. They let you change angles without needing to be an acrobat. Wedges provide support exactly where you need it so your body can relax and enjoy. In a pinch, a rolled towel is another versatile, underrated tool. So you roll up the towel and you can use it under your belly, your lower back, or anywhere really that needs a little extra lift. It's simple, it's supportive, and it's super effective. And if you're taking things to the floor, soft blankets or mats help to create a cushioned, cozy environment. Because look, nobody wants rug burn during romance. And here's the truth. The more supported your body feels, the easier it is to relax, open up, and reach orgasm. Props are not cheating. It's genius, y'all. Genius move. If you've never used props during sex, are you now thinking like, oh, okay, wait, that actually sounds amazing? Yeah, exactly. Support equals pleasure. Now, speaking of pleasure, let's talk about some pleasure hacks that are all about you, your comfort, and getting more pleasure with less effort. So, first, start by choosing your favorite position, the one that already feels good in your body. And then from there, try my signature lazy lover hack. Stay mostly still and let your partner do the motion. This helps your body soften, relax, and receive more sensation. Next, shift your focus to rhythm over speed. Slow, deep strokes often deliver way more pleasure than fast ones. It's about savoring each moment and letting your body respond. Creating space in your body is key. Adjust your hips, your thighs, or your belly to give both of you better access. A tiny shift can completely transform the angle and the pleasure. Now, leverage. Use furniture, headboards, pillows, or your arms on the bed or couch to stabilize your body. Leverage reduces effort and amplifies sensation, especially for plus size bodies. And finally, think about building your own custom pleasure recipe. Mix your hand, toy, and tongue, or toy, penetrative sex, and clitoral stimulation. Combining elements gives you a layered, deeply satisfying experience that's tailored to your body. And remember, these hacks are designed to help you feel more pleasure with less strain. I invite you to explore, play, and adapt these to your needs. Next up, let's talk about the art of talking dirty about comfort. First, remember this: you're not being too demanding. You're co creating a pleasurable experience. Emphasize that with me. Co creating. When you say something like, "Can we grab a pillow? It feels better that way." You're not complicating the moment, y'all. You're enhancing it. Comfort is sexy. Comfort makes pleasure deeper. Or you could try, "Can you slow down and stay right there?" This kind of guidance helps your partner understand what actually works for your body, and it builds connection instead of guessing. And when you say something like, "That angle is a little much for my knees. Can we try this instead?" You're advocating for your body, which helps keep both of you engaged, connected, and in the pleasure zone. Remember that sexy communication doesn't have to sound like porn. It can be simple, confident, and guided. Slower. Stay right there. Or let's grab a pillow. So you're not disrupting intimacy, y'all. You're deepening it. You're deepening it by embracing comfort and communication as core parts of intimacy. And by doing so, you create the best possible experience for you and for your partner. I did promise you some techniques that you could try tonight to enhance your pleasure. So grab a pen and paper, y'all. First up, add lube to everything. Seriously. Solo play, partner play, hand play, toy play. Lube heightens sensations, and it makes every touch smoother, deeper, and more delicious. Next tip, try placing a pillow under your hips in your favorite position. This tiny adjustment can completely change the angle and the intensity, which gives you more comfort and more pleasure. If you're feeling playful, experiment with a wand or suction toy during penetration or grinding. Layering the sensations can be absolutely mind-blowing. Now, here's another idea. Indulge in a 5-minute slow touch session with no goal except feeling and connecting. Let it be soft, sensual, exploratory, pressure-free presence. And finally, ask for one new thing in bed: a new position, a new toy, a slower rhythm, anything that sparks curiosity. Discovery is half the fun. And keep in mind that these are simple, accessible ways to turn up the pleasure tonight. I want you to have fun experimenting. Now, if you've enjoyed this episode and you want more support and sexy homework, this is where we take the knowledge and we turn it into transformation. If you felt seen today, imagine what happens in a one-on-one session with me. I support women and couples through perimenopause, menopause, low desire, communication struggles, body confidence, and pleasure blocks. My intimacy and pleasure coaching is available virtually, and it's designed with comfort, safety, and body affirming support, especially for plus size and midlife babes who deserve to feel deeply at home in their bodies. We also have my sex ed meets stand up toy parties, which are fun, educational, spicy, and perfect for learning in a lighthearted atmosphere. Plus, you get free stuff. For those navigating hormonal changes, my perimenopause and menopause coaching helps you understand your shifting body and maintain or amplify your pleasure. And of course, if you want to take me on the go, make sure you subscribe to my show, rate it, give me a 5-star rating if you feel it deserves it, and share with a friend. With this podcast and other spaces I take up on the internet, like my women's group on Facebook, is a judgment-free, body-loving space. Sometimes people have questions that they're not even comfortable asking me. So I want to let you know nothing is too weird, or too personal or too taboo. I work on cultivating a safe, judgment-free space where all bodies are celebrated and loved. So if you have any questions about intimacy, desire, comfort, self-exploration, communication, or anything else on your mind, I would love an opportunity to support and guide you. You can reach out to me through my links in the show notes. But if there's something that you want to ask and you don't want your name attached to it whatsoever, I do have an Ask Me Anything anonymously section on the website. You're welcome to go there and ask your questions, and I'll answer those on a future episode. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope that it made you more curious, more courageous, and made you more curious about your sensuality too. I want to leave you with this. Your body is not a problem to solve. Your body is a pleasure source that's waiting to be explored. And your body is worthy of pleasure. Today, tonight, and always. As we wrap up this episode, I hope you feel more loved, more supported, and more turned on exactly as you are right now. Your journey to self-love and pleasure is personal, unique, and ever evolving. If you want more pleasure education, coaching, or resources, follow me, message me, and let's stay connected. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else on the internet. So check out the show notes for all my links. And that's a wrap on this episode of Sip with Summers, where we laughed, learned, and probably said clitoris more times than your high school health teacher ever did. If you liked what you heard, be a gem and leave a review, share it with your favorite group chat, or send it to that friend who really needs to hear this. You know the one. For more tips, tools, and slightly inappropriate jokes, follow me on social or head to summersoflove.com. Until next time, stay curious, stay turned on, and as always, keep sipping.